is for the welfare of the society and the just government of the people. We beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants, whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of important trusts in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and a faithful a manner as to promote your own and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our county and of those whose interests you have committed to our charge. Amen. Clerk, can you confirm whether we have quorum to transact business of the day?
There is no quorum, Mr. Speaker.
Then I order the bell to be rung for 10 minutes. Whip, kindly can you whip honorable members? And there's no member who should go out without permission from the chair. Clerk, is there quorum?
There is no quorum.
Okay, I order the bell to be run for 5 minutes, another 5 minutes. Confirm whether we have quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, there is quorum.
I order the bell to be stopped so that we can begin the session. Okay. Clerk, can you take us through the order of the day?
Orders of the day, Wednesday, 5th March 2025 at 9:30 a.m. Order of business. Order number 1, admission of vote.
Next.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Next.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Chair Lance.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Wednesday, 5th March 2025. Report of the Lands, Housing, Urban Development and Physical Planning Committee on the status of the municipal markets in Homa Bay and Oyugis. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay.
To proceed and lay. Chair, social welfare, is he there?
Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 5th March 2024, the report of the Social Welfare and Equal Opportunities Committee on benchmarking with the Labor Relations, Member Services and Facilities Committee, Bungoma County Assembly. Thank you.
Proceed to lay, Chairperson. Clerk, take us to the next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Chair, Lands and Housing, Physical Planning and Urban Development.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that this House adopts the report of Lands, Housing, Urban Development and Physical Planning Committee on the status of the municipal markets in Homa Bay and Oyugis. Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, Social Welfare and Equal Opportunities.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that this House notes the report of Social Welfare and Equal Opportunities Committee on benchmarking with the Labor Relations, Member Services and Facilities Committee, Bungoma County Assembly. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson. Clerk, kindly take us to the next order.
Order number 7, statements.
Next order. Allow me to amend the order paper. Allow me to amend the order paper. So, honorable members, allow me to take it again. Let me call Chair Lands. Clerk, take us to the next order.
Order number 8, motion, report of the Lands, Housing, Fiscal Planning and Urban Development Committee on the status of markets in Oyugis and Homa Bay municipalities.
Chair Lands, Honorable Victor.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the Chair Lands, I beg to move the report. I beg to move the motion on the report of the Lands, Housing, Physical Planning and Urban Development Committee on the status of the municipal markets in Homa Bay and Oyugis. Honorable Speaker, from the report, we have the preface where we have the committee mandates. Members can go through. Then we have the membership of the committee, Honorable Speaker. We have that table and the committee secretariat. Members can go through. Honorable Speaker, I wish to acknowledge with gratitude the members of the Lands, Housing, Physical Planning and Urban Development Committee for the dedication they have portrayed in ensuring the whole process of preparation of this report is a success. The committee thanks the officers of the Speaker, the Clerk of the County Assembly for the logistical support accorded to it during the fact-finding and preparation of this report. Additionally, the committee extends its gratitude to the Secretariat of their contributions during and after the fact-finding for the compilation of this report. Honorable Speaker, finally, on behalf of the Lands, Housing, Physical Planning, and Urban Development Committee, it is my pleasure and duty to present to the Assembly the report of the status of the Homa Bay and Oyugis municipal markets. We have the adoption list, Honorable Speaker, where 10 members adopted the report. The objectives of the fact-finding. Honorable Speaker, during the fact-finding committee, the committee was to, 1, assess market conditions, that is to evaluate the physical conditions of the market, including infrastructure, hygiene, and accessibility. 2, to identify the stakeholders' needs, and that is to engage with the market vendors, consumers, and local authorities to gather insights in their needs and challenges, and 2, to determine any gaps in service or support for both vendors and buyers. Variables of fact findings. The committee considered the following variables during the fact finding: 1, revenue collection; 2, security; 3, garbage collection; 4, disaster preparedness; 5, fencing; 6, sanitary amenities; 7, utilities such as water and electricity; 8, drainage; 9, challenges faced by the traders; and 10, market management. The scope. The committee focus was the Homa Bay municipal market and Oyugis municipal market. The methodology used. The committee employed a comprehensive approach to gather the data on the municipal markets, conducting in-depth interviews with the key stakeholders to ensure a holistic understanding of the market dynamics. Honorable Speaker, the following groups were engaged for this purpose. The traders, local market traders were interviewed to capture their experiences, challenges, and perspectives on market operations and customer interactions. Municipal management, discussions with the municipal authority provided insights in the regulatory framework, policies, and strategies governing the municipal markets. Market management, interviews with the market managers helped to understand the day-to-day operation, challenges, logistical needs, and organizational structure of the markets. Honorable Speaker, Department of Lands, Housing, Planning, and Urban Development Development, the engagement with this department helped to access the broader urban development context, land use regulations, long-term planning considerations, and impact market development and sustainability. By gathering inputs from these diverse stakeholders, the committee aimed to gain a well-rounded understanding of the municipal market landscape, identifying key areas of improvements and development. Honorable Speaker, the background. The topic of concern regarding the status of Oyugis and Homa Bay municipal market was brought to the attention of the Honorable House by Honorable Victor Obuya. In response, the committee was tasked with investigating the matter and providing a report back to the House. To facilitate this, the committee organized a fact-finding visit to assess the situation, followed by a retreat to analyze their findings and compile a comprehensive report. Homa Bay Municipal Market. Introduction. The Homa Bay Municipal Market is located in Homa Bay County, Kenya, serves as a key economic hub for local trade and commerce. It plays a central role in supporting the livelihoods of many residents by providing a platform for small-scale traders to sell their goods. Historically, the markets like these have been integral to the local economy, especially in rural areas, as they offer opportunities for the farmers and traders to connect with consumers from surrounding towns and villages. The Homa Bay Municipal Market, in particular, has grown in importance due to its proximity to the Lake Victoria, supporting the region's thriving fishing industry. In addition to fresh fish, agricultural products such as vegetables, fruits, grains, and other foodstuffs are commonly sold. However, the market has faced several challenges, including overcrowding, poor infrastructure, and inadequate sanitation, which have hindered its ability to fully support the local economy. To address these issues, Honorable Speaker, significant improvements have been made with support from the World Bank under the Kenya Urban Support Program. As part of the KUSP, the World Bank provided financial support to redevelop and modernize the Homa Bay municipal market. This project focused on addressing the challenges of the overcrowding, poor sanitation, and outdated infrastructure, while also promoting sustainable economic growth. Key objectives of the World Bank funded project. They include upgrading market infrastructure. The project aimed to enhance the physical infrastructure of the market, including the construction of modern stalls, better drainage system, and improved waste management facilities, making the market more organized and accessible. 2, improving hygiene and sanitation. The modern amenities such as toilets, clean water supply, and a proper waste disposal system were introduced to improve sanitary conditions. This is not benefits traders and customers, but also support the public health safety. Number 3, Honorable Speaker, is increasing the market capacity. The redevelopment and expanded markets capacity, providing more space for vendors to display their goods, reducing congestions, and creating more efficient trading environment. 4, Honorable Speaker, is promoting inclusive economic growth. The efforts were made to ensure that marginalized groups, especially women and youth, could participate more actively in the market economic activities, providing them with better opportunities for trade and entrepreneurship. Number 5, Honorable Speaker, is enhancing the urban environment. The project aimed to contribute to overall development of the Homa Bay town by improving its infrastructure and fostering livable, sustainable urban support future growth. The World Bank's involvement in the redevelopment of Homa Bay municipal market has had a significant positive impact. The upgrades have not only enhanced the market's capacity and functionality, but also created a cleaner, safer, and more organized space for the traders and consumers. The success of this project serves as a model for other towns in Kenya, showcasing the positive impact of infrastructure investment in stimulating local economies and improving community livelihoods. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, the Homa Bay municipal market has evolved into a vital space for commerce in this region, and the World Bank support through the KUSP has played a crucial role in transforming the market into a more efficient, sustainable, and inclusive environment. This redevelopment is a step towards fostering a long-term economic growth and improving the quality of life for the people of Homa Bay. The market is divided into 2 sections: the open air area and the permanent structure, which houses the stalls. These stalls are allocated to the current leaders who are required to pay monthly rent. Let me take it again, Honorable Speaker. These stalls are allocated to the current traders who are required to pay the monthly rent to the county government. This rent is collected through the Department of Revenue. The total of the stalls the number is 224. Total number of hotels 10. Total numbers of abolition block 2 and dormant stores are 13. The committee finding, Honorable Speaker. The committee made the following observations during its visits to the market. 1, on the revenue collection, they noted that the traders at the Homa Bay Municipal Council were required to pay monthly rent to the county government through the Department of Revenue for the stores allocated to them. In addition, they had to subscribe to the department for those trading in open air spaces. Daily taxes were paid directly to the county government. The committee, reviewing the records provided by the Department of Lands, Planning, Housing and Urban Development, conducted a fact-finding visit, observed that there has been a significant non-payment of rent, particularly for the stores located upstairs. Upon contacting the traders with outstanding arrears, with the assistance of the Market Management Committee, it was noted that many traders consider the upstairs stalls unsuitable for the business. The primary issue cited by the traders was low foot traffic in the upper areas of the market. As a result, many stall owners have resorted to constructing temporary structures downstairs in order to conduct their businesses, further exacerbating the situation. It's also important to note that though the owners of the upstairs stalls have opted to trade downstairs, they still use the stalls to store their goods and therefore are still obligated to pay the rent of which they are not paying. Steps taken by the department. In March 2023, the Department of Housing repossessed the stalls from the owners who are failing to meet the rent obligations and redistributed them to the new traders with the aim of putting the stores into productive use and generating revenue for the county government. However, this action has not resolved the issue, and the new stall owners are also accumulating significant arrears. Prepositions by the traders. The traders proposed to the committee that a possible solution to the issue with the upstairs stores should be reorganize the market layout. They suggested allocating specific type of businesses such as cereal vendors or butcheries exclusively to the upstairs stores, ensuring that no similar businesses occupy the space on the ground floor. This approach would compel consumers to go to upstairs to access those particular goods and or services, which would in turn increase foot traffic to the upstairs stores. It would also create a level playing field for the traders offering those products. This would be a more effective solution than the current situation, where identical products are available both upstairs and downstairs. In such cases, consumers typically prefer the downstairs stores, which results into reduced sales opportunities for the traders on the upper floor. High rent rates, the traders raised concern on the rates, stating that it was too high for most traders to achieve, leading to default in payment. Honorable Speaker, there's a pictorial there of the stores. Number 2, Honorable Speaker, is the security. The traders at the Homa Bay Municipal Market hire private guards to provide the security for their goods during the night, as the government has not allocated security guards for the market. Additionally, the open air section of the market lacks floodlights, which not only compromises the security, but also limits the ability of the traders to extend their operating hours. The market becomes dark after sunset, creating a significant security risk for both traders and the consumers. while electricity is available in the market, the county government has failed to pay the outstanding electricity bill of Kenya shillings 433,000, resulting into a disconnection of power. According to the arrangement, the county government was responsible for covering the electricity costs for the open air section and providing security, while stall owners were expected to pay their own electricity bills, as they have individual meters. As of the fact-finding mission on October 2024, the electricity had been disconnected for 2 months due to unpaid bills. Number 3, Honorable Speaker, on the waste management, the garbage collection at the Homa Bay Municipal Market is currently managed by the Department of Environment. The traders are generally satisfied with the service, although they have requested more frequent pickups to ensure the market remains clean and hygienic. Honorable Speaker, on the disaster preparedness, the responsibility of disaster management currently lies within the Department of Governance, but the committee observed that the function remains largely dormant. One of the main issues identified was the lack of clear pathways in the market, which impedes accessibility. In the event of a disaster, such as fire, emergency responders would be unable to access the market with the necessary equipment to manage the situation. Furthermore, the market lacks fire extinguishers, particularly in high-risk areas such as hotel section and the fish vendors areas, which poses a significant safety threat. Without these precautions, a fire could lead to a substantial losses due to the inability to control it effectively. Additionally, there is no designated fire assembly point in the market, which could lead to confusion and potential injuries among both traders and consumers during the fire emergency. The committee also noted that some of the containers and the temporary structures have been built in pathway and access roads, which is highly unsafe and should be avoided. Honorable Speaker, the Homa Bay Municipality Management did not attempt to remove these illegal structures, particularly those obstructing the access routes, but faced significant resistance. The lack of enforcement officers hindered their ability to carry out their actions, leaving the market in a precarious situation. Honorable Speaker, we can have some pictures members can view. And then number 5, Honorable Speaker, on the fencing. The fencing of the market remains incomplete as the contractor abandoned the site. This has created a significant security risk, leaving the market vulnerable to unauthorized access and theft and vandalism. Honorable Speaker, on sanitation facilities, the market faces a significant shortage of toilets. The existing facilities are located downstairs, and these are no toilets available, and there are no toilets available upstairs. Additionally, the current toilets are insufficient to accommodate large numbers of the people, especially on busy market days. This lack of adequate sanitation facilities poses a challenge for both traders and consumers. On the utilities, water and electricity, during the fact-finding visit, the committee noted that the market suffers from a severe water shortage. The traders primarily rely on the rainwater collected in small tanks, but often have to purchase water privately. Certain businesses such as hotels, salons, and fish vendors depend heavily on a consistent water supply, and the lack of it jeopardizes the hygiene and sanitation standards. This poses a significant health risk, increasing the likelihood of disease outbreaks such as cholera among the traders and the consumers. The market is connected to an electricity supply, and stall owners are responsible for paying their individual bills. However, it is noted that the security lights and the lights in the open area have been disconnected for the past 2 months as the committee visits due to outstanding bill of 433,000. It remains unclear which department is responsible for paying this, Honorable Speaker. On the drainage, Honorable Speaker, the traders, particularly those in salon, fish vending, are facing significant challenges due to lack of proper drainage facilities at such markets. Salons, which are mostly located upstairs, are forced to carry their water in bucket to a manhole at the far end of the market. The same issue affects the fish vendors. However, this manhole often become blocked, leaving traders stranded and unable to dispose their liquid waste. Additionally, the manhole is sometimes left open, creating a safety hazard for both children and adults, as there are no warning signs to alert people of its presence. The market also suffers from frequent flooding during the rainy season, as the drainage ridge-ins are too small to handle large amount of rainwater, further exacerbating the sanitation and safety issues. The manholes poses a health hazard. Honorable Speaker, we have the pictorial for the manholes, and members can see that. Other challenges, Honorable Speaker: lack of storage facilities. The market does not have adequate storage facility for traders to safely store their goods. 2, debt inherited by the new owners. When the market stores were relocated, outstanding debts from the previous owners were carried over to the new stall owners, placing an unfair financial burden on them. 3, Honorable Speaker, no backup power source. The market lacks a reliable backup power source, which could be crucial during the power outages, especially for the businesses that rely on the refrigeration or lighting. Honorable Speaker, another challenge realized was the absence of the smoke extraction in the fish sector. The fish sector does not have a proper cyclones or ventilation systems to remove the smoke, creating uncomfortable and potentially unsafe working conditions. Number 5, Honorable Speaker, the roaming animals. Stray animals frequently roam the market, causing the damage to the property and posing health risks. And number 6, Honorable Speaker, the payment of the discrepancies. Payment made by the traders are sometimes not properly recorded or reflected by the revenue officers, resulting into repeated demands from the payment from the traders. Honorable Speaker, allow me to go to the recommendation of the Homa Bay Municipality or the Homa Bay Municipal Market. Recommendation number 1, Honorable Speaker, the county government, Department of Finance and Economic Planning, in collaboration with the Department of Lands, Housing, Planning and Urban Development, should consider revising the rents, Honorable Speaker, rents rates downwards, and submit a report to the County Assembly within 60 days, addressing the concern and the complaint raised by the traders. Number 2, Honorable Speaker, the county government should establish and implement system to track and monitor rent developments, ensuring there is no accumulation of arrears. Number 3, the municipality and management should assume the responsibility for the public lighting in the market areas and take necessary steps to settle the outstanding electricity bills. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, the county government should explore the use of solar-powered lamps as an alternative energy source. Number 5, the municipal management should address and repair any malfunctioning lighting system promptly. Number 6, Honorable Speaker, the county government should ensure that the market is equipped with adequate waste disposal facilities, including in all sections of the market, such as upstairs areas. Additionally, the frequency of waste collection should be increased. Number 7, Honorable Speaker, the market management in partnership with the Department of Sanitation should oversee the cleanliness of the market. Number 8, the county government should ensure the availability of restrooms and poor drainage system on the upper floor for the market. Number 9, Honorable Speaker, the tender for fencing should be cancelled and re-advertised as the project has been delayed. Number 10, Honorable Speaker, the county government should collaborate with the Homowasco to ensure proper water and sewerage connections established. And 11, Honorable Speaker, the stores, once repossessed and reallocated to traders, should have the arrears of the previous owners cleared and not carried forward to the new owners. Honorable Speaker, I move to the Ugis Municipal Market. The background, Honorable Speaker, the Ugis Municipal Market is located in Ugis town in Homa Bay County, Kenya. It serves as a vital commercial hub for the local community and surrounding areas. The market plays an essential role in supporting the livelihoods of traders, farmers, and other small-scale entrepreneurs by providing a space for the exchange of goods and services. Historically, Oyugis market has been a key center for agricultural produce, particularly for crops grown in the fertile areas around the town. The market is also a crucial point for the sale of fish, given the town's proximity to Lake Victoria, which supports the fishing industry. Over time, Honorable Speaker, the market has been expanded to include various other products, including foodstuffs, household goods, and clothing. In recent years, efforts have been made to improve the infrastructure and organization of the market. Local authorities have worked to upgrade facilities such as construction of modern stores and improving sanitation systems to create a more efficient and welcoming environment for both traders and customers. However, the challenges such as overcrowding, inadequate waste management, and the need for the further infrastructural development persist. Oyugis Municipal Market is a significant part of a local economy, providing a space for trade, social interaction, and cultural exchange. Its development continues to be a priority for the county government as they work to address the challenges and harness the market potential for further economic growth in the region. The committee finding, Honorable Speaker. The committee visited Oyugis municipality to assess the status of the market. The team were attended to by the Market Management Committee and the representation from the different market quarters. The following were the findings. 1, the number of the stalls. The stall has a total of 387 stalls. The market has got a total of 387 stalls with 4 restaurants and 2 ablution blocks, 299 occupied stalls, that is the active, and 88 unoccupied, that is the dominant stalls, Honorable Speaker. More of the stalls upstairs are unoccupied as the people scramble for the stalls downstairs, just as in the case of the Homa Bay Municipal Market, Honorable Speaker. The revenue collections. Traders at the Oyugis Municipal Market are required to pay monthly rent to the county government through the Department of Revenue for the stores allocated to them. In addition, they must subscribe to the business permits and licenses, which are also managed by the same departments. For those trading in open air spaces, daily taxes are paid directly to the county government. The stall owners pay 1,000 monthly, 5,000 monthly for ablution block, and 2,000 monthly for the restaurants. The committee established that rent payment for the stores were never prompt, and this is occasioned by the following reasons, Honorable Speaker. One, the stall owners, popularly known as the Woodies Market Stakeholders Organization, claim that the county owes them some of the money in form of disturbances allowances, and that their stores are demolished to give rooms for the construction of the current modern stores. Hence, they had an agreement with the county government to be paid for the entire period of the construction. The construction was to take place. The group claims the matter is in court and an order has been issued directing the county government to give waiver period since the compensation has not been overtaken by the events. Two, Honorable Speaker, the stores upstairs are not easily accessible due to their nature of construction. There are no staircases outside. One has to get into the market first in order to get to the stores, that is block A, D, G, and K. This means that the traders with stores upstairs are outshone by their counterparts with stores on the ground floor. Such owners may not be in a position to promptly pay for the rent, and at times the businesses end up being shut before they peak, rendering the stores dormant. Number three, Honorable Speaker, one of the abolition block at the bus park is being managed by the Kasipul Paralympics groups, who argues that the rent payment is a mode of taxation which they are exempted from both the national government and county government, and therefore the group has not been remitting their monthly rents. For Honorable Speaker, there were also some unsubstantiated claims that Department of Trade in liaison with Minister of Lands had announced a 2-year waiver over the rent, and that there was an official communication towards the same. There has not been an official communication to rescind this, and thus dwindling the collection. Number 5, Honorable Speaker, it was reported that the county government has not installed power in the stores, making the owners reluctant in remitting the rents. Honorable Speaker, 3, the committee also established that all the stakeholders were merged and given installed as per the policy guidelines for the markets. Challenges facing the Oyugis market. The committee noted the following challenges in Oyugis market. The market floor and pathways were poorly done, and the floor and the pathways were evidently worn out, leaving the portals. And we have a pictorials showing the floor, the worn out floor, Honorable Speaker, down there, and the pathways. Number 2, Honorable Speaker, the stores were never fitted with power supply. This was left to an individual effort, since not even a single technician had been deployed to deal with the matter, and this has led to illegal tapping of power. And we can see some pictures there, example of stores without the power supply, Honorable Speaker. Number 3, Honorable Speaker, the market lacks floodlights, making it risky operating in the night due to security reasons. Number 4, Honorable Speaker, the poor sanitation that has been occasioned by the spoiled water system and the poor drainage system in the market. The trenches are blocked, and the main liquid waste pit is fully emitting stench that make the traders uncomfortable. We have also, we can see, Honorable Speaker, the stench. We can see the pictorials, the full liquid waste dumping pit, Honorable Speaker, and the blocked drainage system. Number 5, the nature of the construction of the upper stairs was not well planned. With no direct stairs from the outside, it makes it hard for the traders and the customers to access the upper stairs hence making the stores unattractive for the business and subsequently reduction in rent collection. We have the example of a stall forcing the direct access from the outside stores. Number 6, Honorable Speaker, the Market Management Committee complained of the movement of logistics and the delay in disbursement of the market management funds. Number 7, most stall occupants complained of the leaking roofs. Number 8, Honorable Speaker, the stall owners re-rent the stores at the inflated rate. Recommendation on the Ugis Municipal Market. Committee made the following recommendations. 1, the need to construct spiral stairs to ease the accessibility of the upper stairs to avoid going around the market. 2, the Department of the Trade and Lands should call for a meeting to address the issue of purported letter waiving the rent for 2 years and make an official communication to rescind the letter that is deemed to have been compromised, that is deemed to have compromised the rent collection in the market. 3, Honorable Speaker, the stores that do not pay rent after accessibility is worked on should be reprocessed by the Market Management Committee. Number 4, Honorable Speaker, the PWDs should be considered by being allotted the stalls on the ground floors. The market structure too should be reworked on favor to the special group, a matter that the management reported to have briefed the Kenya for the action. Number 5, Honorable Speaker, the money for the market management should be decentralized to avoid paralyzing the market operations. Number 6, Honorable Speaker, the stalls should be connected to electricity through meter separation in order to curb illegal connections and compromises the safety of the market. And 7, Honorable Speaker, the Department of Lands, Housing, Planning and Urban Development should send engineers to redesign the liquid waste pit and construct the outlets and cover the pit with slab. Honorable Speaker, the General Committee recommendations. The committee makes the following recommendation during the 2 market. Honorable Speaker, the General Committee recommendations. The committee makes the following recommendation cutting across the 2 markets. 1, that there should be a clear distinction on the function and the roles between the Department of Finance and Economic Planning, Lands, and Urban Development, and Water and Sanitation concerning the markets. 2, Honorable Speaker, the roles and the functions of the municipalities are stated in both Urban Areas and Cities Act and the municipal charters. For example, revenue collection should be handed over to the municipalities. Number 3, Honorable Speaker, the municipalities should have proper personnel to enable them carry out their roles as stated in the Urban Areas and Cities Act. This should include enforcement officers, revenue officers, among others. Number 4, Honorable Speaker, the Department of the Governors should conduct assessment in disaster preparedness in all markets and report back to the County Assembly on whether the standard is met. This assessment should include the plan and the structure of the markets. Number 5, Honorable Speaker, there should be a budgetary allocation set aside by the county government to renovate and improve the markets. Honorable Speaker, number 6, recommendation number 6, Honorable Speaker, the county government should come up with a regulation on revenue collection within the municipalities and also provide for a percentage for market improvements. Honorable Speaker, this is a very straightforward report, Honorable Speaker, and allow me just to go straight away to the prayer. The committee prays that this Honorable House adopts this report, Honorable Speaker. And I want to request Honorable Victor, the Chair of Lands, to second. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Senior Whip. Honorable Victor, please request.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker and honorable members. Mr. Speaker, the first and foremost of it, let me apologize to the House for coming late, but I think from Sunday evening to the time now I'm rising to second the report, I have not eaten. Not that the food is not there, I was severely attacked.
Are you okay, Honorable Victor?
Not really okay, but I had to pull out of my bed to come and do the report after making frantic calls for some of members to come and stand in for me. I just called Honorable Bondo, in fact, the last person, because I was somehow attacked. I don't know whether it was which kind of disease. My wife plus the little child, we left home yesterday at around 7 p.m. something. I had to call the HRM department. And in this line, I thank the leadership for the new insurance because we were treated at Aga Khan in Kisii very well. So I don't want to talk about it so much, but I thank God that I'm here. I just came because I was trying to call everyone, but no one could pick, so I decided to come. Thank you so much. I rise to second the report.
We wish you well, Honorable Victor. Honorable members, the report having been moved by the majority whip who was standing in for the chair, Honorable Victor, and it has been seconded by Honorable Victor. Allow me to propose that the House do adopt the report of the Lands, Housing, Physical Planning, and Urban Development Committee on the status of markets in Ugis and Omabay municipality. The floor is open for debate. Pioneer Honorable Odongo.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, allow me to take this opportunity as a representative of North Karachuonyo also to say something about this report. Mr. Speaker, I want to congratulate the Committee on Lands, more so the person who came up with this question of topic of concern, Honorable Victor Obuya. Mr. Speaker, in our municipalities, the two municipalities mentioned, that is Homabay and Ugis, Mr. Speaker, these are very, very important areas when it comes to market and even the economic standards, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Ugis market, this is one of the big markets in this Homabay County, Mr. Speaker. And if you move to Ugis today, there's a very big number of traders coming to Ugis. As you are all aware, that Ugis is well connected when it comes to issues of roads. You find the highway from Kisumu to Hispania, Mr. Speaker, passes through Ugis. And this one has attracted a lot of business people to Ugis, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to mention some of the things that the committee did find during their fact finding. That in Ugis, the market, that has a very big number of stalls, Mr. Speaker. More than stalls, more than even Omabay, Mr. Speaker. The occupants, you find some of the stalls are not having occupants, Mr. Speaker. And one of the reasons they are mentioning that most of the traders are scrambling for the lower stalls, meaning the business community, the people around the market, the traders there, does not want to climb or go through the stairs to access their premises, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this one calls for a proper planning on how to allocate the stalls. And I'm happy that the committee did indicate well that these businesses, premises needs to be grouped. Certain type of business should be given an area so that when the customers or the clients come to the market, they will move straight to a specific area. If it is on the higher floors, the client will come knowing very well where he should be moving or going to get the service, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we also find that some of the challenges that has also been well mentioned here, Mr. Speaker. There are some of the people who took time and acquired these stalls, and you find them re-renting these stalls to business community on higher tariffs, Mr. Speaker. This is a very bad practice that needs to be controlled. And that is why I think it is very important for the market management to come up with a strategy whereby they can put a control on this. Because those acquired the stalls are now doing business by setting their own standard. But the county government through the municipality has also set the rents that are supposed to be collected. And these are some of the challenges why you find some of these stalls are now lacking people to do business in them, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I've also realized that the committee did indicate well that the accessibility to this market should be well enhanced, Mr. Speaker. And this one will help in case of disaster. In Homa Bay, one of the popular disaster is always fire, Mr. Speaker. And I want to mention clearly, even last year, there was a fire in Ugis, Mr. Speaker. But if there's no proper accessibility to the markets, all these premises, all this wealth already accrued by our people will go into waste one day, Mr. Speaker. That is why in planning, the accessibility needs to be enhanced in each and every market within the municipality. And the municipality management should also have an opportunity to do their managerial work very effectively in enhancing accessibility by not allowing people to construct anyhow within these markets. These are very common practices with our people, even in Homa Bay here. You wake up in the morning, you find somebody has just constructed a kiosk by the road, Mr. Speaker. So these ones can also be curbed by by the management of this municipality, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the issue of water that has been mentioned here about these markets lack water. Water is very important to our life, Mr. Speaker. We realize that if a market doesn't have water, our people can easily be affected with some diseases, Mr. Speaker. It is the water that will improve the sanitation. The toilets uses water. And the situation whereby now the traders go their way even by buying water, meaning there will be no sufficient water even in these markets. I would call upon our government that is really trying to find a way of even doing some boreholes around these markets so that they be fully connected, even if you don't wait for the Omawasco lines. But there must be a backup such that if there are no water being supplied through Omawasco, but they can also get water through these boreholes. This is something that can be done by the county government and is something that should be put in consideration for future and smooth running of these markets, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to call upon the members of this county assembly that the report before us is very important to this county. It's very important to our people, as most of our people are traders. So let us put our feet together so that we support the adoption of this report, Mr. Speaker. I beg to support the adoption of this report. Thank you.
Thank you, Pioneer. Honorable Florence, I saw your buzzer on.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, and good morning. May I extend my message of sympathy to Honorable Victor, and I wish you quick recovery together with your entire family. Honorable Speaker, from onset, I support the adoption of this report, and I want to congratulate Honorable Victor Obuya for having come up with an idea that is well thought. Honorable Speaker, this committee has done a good job, and having been presented very well by our Honorable Majority Whip, the issues are well articulated, and just as he said, that it is self-explanatory. However, Honorable Speaker, as a woman, I am feeling really hurt by the findings of this committee. Honorable Speaker, majorly, and in a great percentage, trading revolves around women. And it's really pathetic that they are handled in such a manner, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, when the governor coined the idea of getting a donor to bring us that market, I think what was there in mind was to upgrade the livelihood of those who are there. Honorable Speaker, I recently came across a very unfortunate clip that was saying that Homa Bay cannot have a 24-hour economy. For me, that was painful, because we are moving towards the 24-hour economy. And if Homa Bay and our major towns, that is Homa Bay Town, Oyugis, cannot have. Recently, Honorable Speaker, I had an opportunity to have a conversation with you, and you were boasting to us on how Oyugis is the only town with super highway. And imagine the super highway without 24-hour economy, Honorable Speaker. That is a bit unfortunate. Someone somewhere is lying on their job, Honorable Speaker. Because if the market was put there, before taking it up from the contractor, Honorable Speaker, at least there was provision. You know, we can't have a huge facility like the one we have there without a fire assembly point, Honorable Speaker. That is really, really, really bad. So these are some things that ought to have been come up with, so that even temporarily, let the management not just leave them there that that provision was not given. They could create a space for that. Honorable Speaker, hygiene and sanitation, most important. Most important, because even as squeezed as it is, if there could be outbreak of cholera, as was reiterated, then we would really lose our people. Is that what we really want for our county? Not really. And Honorable Speaker, you find that one of the aims or one of the objectives of this coming up with these municipal markets, Honorable Speaker, was to have an inclusive economic growth. And remember, it's not even inclusive, because we are told that there are people, in Homa Bay town, there are 13 stalls that are empty, dormant, I mean. Why would they be dormant? Because maybe they cannot be accessed easily, Honorable Speaker. Because the environment that is there is not conducive for business. Then why would we be having them there? So it's very, very important that we really upgrade this. Honorable Speaker, why would the traders there collect revenue if the services that are supposed to be there are not rendered to them? Because the money there is supposed to help maintain cleanliness,
and provide for them maybe, let me say, things like security, things like electricity, water, and the rest. Because I'm sure they're not just paying it for someone to be using it elsewhere. They're supposed to be paying it so that it's plowed back to maintain the cleanliness there, to have the security there. We have a good number of security officers from the Revenue Department, Honorable Speaker. Why can't we deploy them there? Because that is why we could be having some of these traders not remitting money in time. Because part of the money that they have gotten, they have to pay for getting extra water. They have to pay maybe for incoming security. Then hence, and that is what they have to take home. School fee for their children. So
Honorable Florence, you can request again.
Thank you so much. Whoever is lying on their job and making it request that these things be really made in good time, because putting on a point is really punctured, and when it's punctured, someone is stepping on my spirit. I am pained. Honorable Speaker, those monies that these people collect, remember the economy is also a pinch. It's not as huge as any other person could get it. So imagine dividing this little profit to your from elsewhere, from then you look for solar panels, you have to pay school fee for your
You can just request again.
Okay, let me maybe, Honorable Speaker, saying that I support this, but honestly, how would you repossess a kiosk, then give it to someone else, and expect that person to pay the debt of someone else? There's a lot of joke in the Speaker. So I would even request, maybe they are given 60 days, but these 60 days maybe should be even shortened, because the situation there is pathetic. Otherwise, thank you so much, and I support.
Thank you, Honorable Florence, and just allow me to say that I wasn't boasting. It is a fact that Ugistown has a superhighway. It was not. We were not boasting. It is there. You can go and check. Otherwise, allow me to give. I'll go to Senior Nura, then I'm seeing Daniel Ogada.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, indeed, it is a superhighway, but it is very, very narrow.
Stand guided, don't tread on a thin line.
Mr. Speaker, I stand to support the adoption of the report of Lands Committee. Mr. Speaker, it is a well-done report, and it captures the real problem in these all our municipalities and market. It is a good report. I pray we adopt it. Mr. Speaker, although the report is for Ugis and Homa Bay, I want to remind the committee that we have 5 municipalities and the problem are the same. And even some urban centers like Sindo, Magunga, Rangwe, and others. So my prayer is, we as assembly, as the assembly and the county government, we should look for more money. I mean, we should increase the budget for these municipalities so the boards there and the committees can improve the infrastructure, hygiene, and other things like security. So our traders can operate in a good atmosphere, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the last part which I show at Beta, Mr. Speaker, that the traders there, they rent or they hire their own security, which is not good, because they don't have trust with these our county securities. And that one is also a burden to our traders, Mr. Speaker. I support the adoption of the report.
That is well noted, Senior Mira. Honorable Gada, kindly request.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm one of the people who struggled to come because of sickness, but I had to come because of this report. I'm a member of the Lands Committee, and I participated both in the fact-finding and report writing. I just want to make a few comments on about 3 areas. Number 1 is the fact that the water problem in Oyugis municipality is a very sickening case, because Oyugis has recently got a lot of water from the main point where we tap the water into Wira Hills. But when we spoke to the municipal manager, the fact that came out was that the piping that was done in the old system are very narrow, so they keep on bursting, because the volume of water that we now receive is higher than what they used to receive. And so that brings a question about the planners of the water department, that they are not taking their work seriously to ensure that we consume the water that we have in Oyugis to render the services that we need. That is one area that requires urgent action, repiping in Oyugis, because the volume is very high and the water is a lot. So we don't have shortage of water. We have very senior officers sleeping on the job and making the lives of everyone dangerous. Number 2, I would want to comment on the issue of infrastructure. When we apply for funds from World Bank, I think there has to be a blueprint of what they should accomplish, or the contractor should accomplish, before handing over the site. You cannot hand over a site without a staircase and without accessibility. And our highway that has been talked of here is also a hindrance to a community of people with special needs. If you know Oyugis very well, the first changeover is at Nyadendi, and the next one is at the junction coming to Rangwe. Now imagine, and they have nowadays done something very funny. They have put some partitions that allows the motorbikes to ride over the bumps and change into different direction. Tell me whether somebody on a wheelchair can do that. And I propose that action should be taken so that we have a bridge which is accessible to people with disabilities, especially traders, because they are permanently locked. Traders with disability on the other side of the market, and they cannot access the main market. My third concern, or my third statement, would be that people with disabilities should be given their special section and enough stalls that can accommodate their needs. Otherwise, we are in Homa Bay County and we know we don't have factories, we don't have industries, so trade becomes the main income source for our people. And we should, as a house, determine that all departments in this county that are assigned responsibility should take their work very seriously and ensure that our people, irrespective of their conditions, are getting services that they need. The last thing I want to say is in the concept of devolution. One of the sad findings that we came across is that all the monies collected are centralized in Homa Bay and rarely gets back to the markets. So what is the role of devolution? In my simple thinking, I thought devolution is to ensure that resources are with the people for the management and for accessibility. But if money is collected and centralized right in Homa Bay and it's not getting back to the market, then there is no need of even setting up municipalities that are now frustrated because they cannot move. They cannot do their things, they cannot plan, because all the money is in a central place. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I support the adoption of this report.
Thank you, Honorable Gada. You have raised very serious matters, and I would want to implore you on the issue of water. You can do a topical concern to the relevant committee so that they can handle that. And to the next issue of Oyugis Highway, I think it is good if you raise, I implore you just to maybe raise a question of topical concern to the Department of, the Committee of Lands, Physical Planning and other Urban Development. Otherwise, it is well noted. Deputy Speaker, kindly request.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. I want to take this opportunity to thank Chair Lance for a well-presented report before this House. Honorable members, you are aware that we have a challenge nationally and at county level. We have so many of our youths who are unemployed, and the only area where our people can get employment is through business ventures. And this can only be done when we have a conducive environment where they can do trade. It has been clearly said here that one area where our people can get opportunities are through these markets. And I want to thank the government that they have ensured that they have uplifted or upgraded many areas in our county as municipalities. Though now we talk majorly on Homa Bay and Oyugis, but we must thank the government that it has elevated other areas like Mbeta, which gives our people opportunity to do business. However, it is important that the environment, a conducive environment should be created. And this can only be done if we make sure that our municipality have got proper water system. When there is water, there will be proper sanitation in these areas. And I will continue to implore this House that when we are doing budgetary allocation, we should do it to ensure that we have proper water supplies in these markets. I think the work would become more easier in future if we have funds by making every municipality autonomous so that they can run their affairs effectively. I think this will ensure that they have good water supply. Another thing that must be looked into is planning of these markets. It is true that traders do not like to be taken upstairs because a number of people find it very difficult to access those buildings on the higher side. So my proposal is that traders who are on cereals should be put at one place. People who are running butchery should be put at one place. For example, you may find that we have people who are selling cereals in the main market. But when you go down there, you'll also find other people there. So they might find it difficult to get customers. So I think in future, with the proper planning, they should be put at one place so that all buyers who are willing to buy cereals can come at that particular point. Another area which also give both governments a challenge is electricity bills. So I think our government should think of a way of investing in solar energy, because electricity is very expensive, and at times you may find that the bills might accumulate, which challenges the traders. So I think we should think of venturing in solar systems so that our traders can have power all the times. Honorable Florence Ouma also talked of 24-hour economy, which is very, very important, but I would like to remind her that our people also need time to sleep. Without enough sleep, people can have mental issues. But it is important that we should have a 24-hour economy, and this can only be done if we have proper infrastructure. I've seen that the drainage system has been improved in certain municipalities, but we need a proper drainage system, particularly during rainy season. Another area that I would urge that we should have standby fire engines. I believe that Oyugis should have fire engine, so that in case of fire outbreak, then our market can be safeguarded. Otherwise, I support the adoption of the report. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. This is just a request that members should allow me. We should allow only 2 or 3 members to debate so that we move to the next order, because it's also a motion. So I will give, I'm seeing Honorable Senior Law on this other side. Then I'll appoint Django. I saw his buzzer on. After that, I will give, I can see a red buzzer, Walter Dongo, then we can move to the next order. Thank you. Honorable Django.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for having thought it wise to give me the opportunity also to express something about this report. First and foremost, I want to take this opportunity to at least say Paul in quote to Honorable Victor Okoth, who have just briefed us of what happened to him and the family. As contemporaries or his equal in this house, I know God will stand with him as we continue praying for him and his family. As I go back to the report, I am moved by this report, and I will start by saying that I stand to support its adoption because it has highlighted some pertinent aspects that are very important for us as a county. One, the garbage collection. When you go to Homa Bay Market, this is very practical. I normally go there for lunch. Homa Bay is smelling. Why? Because garbage collection, when you go alongside Homa Bay Tourist Hotel.
What point of order are you raising?
I'm standing on point of order number 91. If you look at the mood and if you see you're now on repetition, it means the debate is exhausted, Honorable Speaker. So I stand on standing order number 91. Thank you.
Allow me rule that I think before you could stand on a standing order, I'd already ruled that we are going to allow 3 members to debate, then the debate is closed. You are out of order. Honorable Django, kindly resume.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for extending my speech. So it is an issue that we must address so that our performing county cannot be undergraded due to environmental smell. So when this report highlighted garbage, I'm moved to support it. Second area of my concern and appetite is fencing of markets. Markets are very important areas where our business, where our people do business to make profit or losses. And out of those profits, they pay taxes in terms of revenue to our county government. So I've seen in this report that they have recommended that markets should be fenced. I therefore support the report based on that. Thirdly, okay.
Yes, so what is it?
Fencing. I've said that I move to support this report because in this report, they have highlighted that it is necessary for our markets to be fenced. So I'm continuing. Am I allowed, Mr. Speaker?
I thought you landed.
No, I'm still having some 2 points to make.
Okay, just do it fast.
Thank you. So under under their recommendation, it has also highlighted that there are some stalls which are not occupied due to high rates. They have recommended that the Minister of Finance, which is in charge of revenue in this county, should think of reducing the rate so that they become affordable to our traders. I therefore support it based on that. Or when our people are trading, are in the market, they are human beings, they need water. It has also highlighted that Homa Wasco, which is in charge of supplying clean and treated water in this county, should at least ensure that there is water for consumption by our traders. Mr. Speaker, sir, based on those, I stand to support the adoption of this report, and thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you. Senior Law, kindly take the floor, but use your time well.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, I also want to express my sympathies to my colleague Victor for the sickness that has attacked his family, and wish the entire family a quick recovery. Mr. Speaker, I want to talk on this report very briefly because of time. Mr. Speaker, first of all, when you look at this report, we need to consider where we are coming from as a county, where we are and where we are going. It's true, Mr. Speaker, that before the county government came into partnership with the World Bank to construct this, the markets, Mr. Speaker, most of our traders, like case in Homa Bay, were locked up somewhere behind the stage, the Matatu stage, and at one point they were taken to the Governor's Park before its construction. So we have to appreciate the little, some of these things we got from the government, and in collaboration with the World Bank, that at least today we are talking of a modern market. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the problems which have been clearly stated in this report, which are bedeviling municipal markets, they are systemic in nature. Some are coming from water, the problems which should be dealt with by the water department, some from energy, sewage, and garbage collection. All this, Mr. Speaker, in my own opinion, is a management issue. The Urban Areas and Cities Act states very clearly that once the urbans were set up, the responsibility of managing our municipals lies with the municipal boards. But Mr. Speaker, we still have a problem. If you walk into the market, or if you go to, you talk to the board people, they will tell you that there's a lot of interference. The parent departments do not want to let go. Like when we talk about revenue, water, whether it is lands, they are not willing to let go. I think, in my humble opinion, we should have a centralized system. Let us give the urban board the opportunity to manage our markets, not just the markets, but the entire municipality, because that is their duty. The staff from these various departments should come to the board in secondment, but they should be squarely answerable to the management of the board so that they don't take directions from elsewhere. I think this is going to help us bring sanity and order into these markets. I beg to support the adoption of this report.
Thank you. Walter, Honorable Walter.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And let me also extend my sympathies to our brother and honorable member and wish him quick recovery and the family. Mr. Speaker, I rise to support the adoption of this report. And I want to say that precisely this is a report that was well thought and well written. And this is an accolade to the committee. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, I want to raise two issues that are coming out glaring in the report that as an assembly and as a county, we really need to take care of. One is about the occupancy rates. Mr. Speaker, as we have been debating, there has been this issue that Oyugis is the only town in the county with a highway. This is a fact that nobody can negate. But it's unfortunate that when you come to the stall occupancies, comparatively, from the figures that have been given, Oyugis has stall occupancy rate of 74.2%, while Homa Bay, that notably does not have a highway, has 94.6% stall occupancy. This is a fact that really needs us, should send us thinking. We really need to find out what is really happening with these occupancies. As much as the report has highlighted it, Mr. Speaker, we need to think and rethink about these occupancy rates. And then this boils down again to the bill that is being given to the county government of Homa Bay, 433 from Homa Bay County as electricity bill. Mr. Speaker, this takes us to the general observation, number one, that there is no separation of powers from the departments. I think as an assembly and also through the executive, critically we need to think about that issue. My issue number two is about the debts. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the appendix of the report, if you run through it very fast, you'll realize that there are few of the traders who have overpaid. The highest has overpaid for 2 months. That means a trader, a diligent trader, has paid 5,000 shillings because a stall, the data that is given is 2,500 per stall per month. But there is one trader who has paid 5,000, meaning that this trader has already paid for 2 months in advance. Vis-a-vis, Mr. Speaker, it's painful that there is somebody owing 87,500 that if you calculate translates into 33 months, which is almost 3 years. My question is, what are we doing? Who is in charge? The revenue collectors. Somebody's staying with rent for 3 years, even if you are a landlord. I think that would call for high level of leniency for such a tenant. So we have, the variation is too high. Somebody has paid 3 months in advance, somebody is owing almost 3 years. And here we are. Mr. Speaker, I want to say that this report has revealed a lot about us, about ourselves, and about how we manage the resources of Homa Bayans. I would therefore wish that as we recommend, as we adopt this report, that the other departments or the other committees, more specifically the implementation committee, would come up to help see this report see the light of the day. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Walter. Honorable Zakayo, I thought I was clear when I ruled that you are going to allow 3 members. What is it? I'm going to give you in less than a minute to say what you want to say.
Asante sana bwana.
Kindly.
Asante sana bwana Speaker kunipea hii nafasi. Kwanza kabisa napiga pole sana kwa Mheshimiwa Victor kwa tabu ambayo alikuwa amepata jana. Kwa hivyo uliona kama alikuja late. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Victor tuko na wewe. Asante sana. Juu ya hii hoja ya leo ya ardhi na nyumba. Kusema kweli napiga asante sana bwana Victor kwa kulingana na kazi ambayo nyinyi mmefanya. Hizo kazi umefanya kwa municipal hizi mbili ya Homa Bay ambayo ni kikubwa na ya Oyugis ambaye ni ya pili. Kulingana na kazi ambayo na hiyo kazi ambayo nyinyi mmefanya, nasema ni ukweli kwa sababu even last week tuliongea juu ya hiyo municipal ya Oyugis kulingana na vile chini ilikuwa imepomoka, kila kitu ilikuwa imeharibika, lakini mzuri ni kwamba kulingana na kazi na vile report nimeona leo, siku ya leo, mimi si mwanachama, lakini ndio kwa sababu nasema wale ambao wako kwa kamati wa ardhi wamefanya kazi kweli kweli. Mimi napigia hawa asante kubwa kwa sababu mimi ni kama mtu mmoja wa kuliko Oyugis municipal. Mimi niko na furaha siku ya leo. Kwa hivyo napiga asante tena kwa waziri wa viwanda na biashara kulingana na kazi ambayo alikuwa amefanya. Alisalikwa mtu ambaye anaenda kufanya kazi naitwa makandarasi. Kwa hivyo Oyugis kuanzia kesho makandarasi taingia ya kufanya hiyo kazi, Oyugis iwe safi. Kwa hivyo hiyo lazima nikuje niseme na niongea ni hiyo ni ukweli. Ile ya pili nataka kuongea juu ya taa ambayo ya sola. Sola haifanyi vizuri katika barabara katika mji wa mspa ya Oyugis kwa hiyo soko. Naomba kwanza nitaongea na nataka kamati wa trade tutaongea juu ya hii maneno tuone kila mspa apate taa ya kila soko ikuwe sawa. Kulingana na nikiangalia hapa naona kama tuko na kiosk 387 na ukiangalia unaona 84 haifanyi kazi. Mimi naomba mheshimiwa kulingana na kazi ambayo nyinyi mmefanya, walifanya vibaya wakati walikuwa nagawa maviosk. Walichukua wageni kutoka nje ambao walichukua maviosk, ndio kwa sababu hizo maviosk haifanyi kazi. Kwa hivyo naomba nyinyi muende huko tena mfanye hiyo kazi na mfanye uchunguzi, ndio kila mtu achukue viosk alipe aendelee na kazi, municipal iendelee, county ya Homa Bay iendelee na hizo municipal tuko nayo. Asanteni sana, sina maneno mingi. Na iunga hiyo mkono ipitishwe hiyo hoja mara moja.
Honorable members, it is good that we have allowed Honorable Zakayo to speak because he is also representing South Kasipul, which the municipality also falls in his area. Allow me to call the mover to reply. Honorable Bob.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, allow me also extend my also wishing well a speedy recovery to Honorable Victor and the family. Honorable Speaker, I just want to thank the members for the contribution, and I just implore on them that if the vote comes, let them pass this and adopt the report. Thank you.
Thank you, Whip. Honorable members, let me go straight and put that this House adopts the report of the Lands, Housing, Physical Planning, and Urban Development Committee on the status of markets in Oyugis and Homa Bay municipalities. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Clerk, next order.
Order number 9, motion, report on the Social Welfare and Equal Opportunities Committee on the benchmarking with the Bungoma County Assembly Labor Relations, Member Services and Facilities Committee.
Chairperson, Social Welfare and Equal Opportunities.
I greet you in the name of the Lord, Honorable Speaker. Before you is the report on Social Welfare and Equal Opportunity Committee on benchmarking with the Labor Relation, Member Services and Facilities Committee in Bungoma County Assembly. Honorable members, I'm going to take us through this report very fast. And our first page is a list of abbreviation. As you can see, honorable members, when we go to page 4 on the preface and the mandate of the committee provided on the standing order number 192 and 2, which states that the committee shall consider all matters related to the welfare of the people of Homa Bay County. Honorable members, on page 5 for the committee membership and the committee secretariat as listed in page 5, Honorable Speaker, the report was adopted by 10 members of this committee as shown in the list. Honorable Speakers, we rush to number 7, the page 7, Honorable Speaker, of the acknowledgements. Let me take us through. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to the Office of the Speaker and the Clerk of the County Assembly for the logistical support accorded to it during this exercise. The chairperson takes this opportunity to thank the members of the committee for their input and valuable contributions to other deliberations and preparations of this report. The committee also wishes to record its appreciation for the services rendered by the staff of the County Assembly attached to the committee during this exercise. The efforts made the work of the committee in preparation of this report possible. Honorable House, we cannot forget to express our appreciations to the leadership of Bungoma County Assembly for warm reception and hospitality accorded to the committee during the benchmarking visit. We remain indebted to the Bungoma County Assembly, Labor Relations, Member Services and Facilities Committee for the opportunity granted to have a meaningful engagement with them. On behalf of the Social Committee, on behalf Thank you. On behalf of the Social Welfare and Equal Opportunity Committee, it is my present privilege and honor to present this committee report on benchmarking visit within the Bungoma County Assembly from 28th day to 2nd December 2024. Honorable House, Hansard Department, please ensure that the gadgets are working well so that members are not interrupted. On page 8, honorable member, Honorable Chair, please take your seats such that the Hansard Department takes care of the issue. Hansard Department, I give you 5 minutes. This chapter highlights the introduction and the concept of benchmarking, objectives, the visit, activities during the visit. Benchmarking is one of the most efficient tools democratic legislatures and organizations such as parliaments can adopt with specific focus on identifying, analyzing, and borrowing best practices and implementing such results to improve their operations and performance. Honorable House, according to the American Productivity and Quality Center, benchmarking is the process of identifying understanding and adopting outstanding practices and processes from organization anywhere in the world by a firm to improve its performance. Thus, it provides a good learning opportunity for those involved in the process. In the spirit of learning and sharing, Honorable House, the Social Welfare and Equal Opportunity Committee, on its own motion, resolved to proceed for a benchmarking visit to Bungoma County Assembly in attempt to learn and adopt best practices with regards to the committee mandate. On 28 November 2024, the committee retreated for a benchmarking visit with the purpose of gaining Hansard, can you kindly sort out this problem once and for all? We can't have the Thank you, Madam Speaker, for your directions. Honorable House, let me get you to page number 9 as we continue from page number 8. The report therefore encapsulates the findings, observation, and recommendation derived from the deliberations and interaction during the visit. The report further incorporates a wide range of thematic areas including achievements, challenges, and emerging issues of both committees. The report serves as a valuable resource, providing valuable insights and recommendations aimed at enhancing practices and policies related to the welfare and equal opportunity for members of the County Assembly, staff of the County Assembly, and members of general public. Honorable House. And the objective of the visit of this committee was to enhance knowledge and understanding of the operations of both committees. Number 2, to identify areas of success and areas in need of improvement by drawing insights from practices, strategies, and experiences of Bungoma County Assembly Committee. In the last, sorry about that, Chair. Hansard. Chair, take a seat for a few minutes. The objective of the visit was to examine similarities and differences between the two committees, focusing on valuable insights that could enhance effectiveness of committee operations. Activities during the visit: we had a joint committee meeting. The committee met and held a joint meeting with the Committee of Labor Relations, Services and Facilities Committee, led by Honorable Committee Chairperson Henry Nyongesa. Honorable. The meeting provided a platform for in-depth deliberations on the key areas of focus and initiatives undertaken by both committees within the scope of their mandates. Importantly, Honorable House, the discussion centered on the challenges encountered by the committees in the execution of their respective mandates, creating room for exchange of experiences and Insights, Honorable House. This deepened the committee's understanding of their roles and mandates and to identify best practices for increase of performance. Honorable Speaker, during the deliberations, the committee established that Bungoma County Assembly Labor Relations Member Service and Facility Committee is a sectoral committee with a clear mandate as enriched in their section number 2175, which includes they oversight the County Assembly Service Board and the County Public Service Board. They also scrutinize quarterly financial statements and annual reports of the CPSBs and CASP, Honorable Speaker. Supply of a budget, estimates votes to CPSBs and CASP, Honorable House, and again handling matters related to trade unions. Honorable Speaker and Honorable House, consequently, Homa Bay County Assembly Committee on Sectoral Welfare and Equal Opportunity is a select committee established pursuant to Section 192, which provides that the committee shall consider all matters related to the welfare of the people of Homa Bay County. It is noteworthy that the committee's mandate, as provided in the Homa Bay County Assembly Standing Order, is broad, therefore does not provide a clear scope, Honorable House. This has been the main challenge faced by the committee in the execution of its mandates. The Bungoma County Assembly Labor Relations Member Services and Facilities, being a sectoral committee, has so far scrutinized and passed 6 policies for the Public Service Board, including, Honorable House, Discipline Manual for the County Public Service, the second is Staff Performance Appraisal System, the Diversity Policy for the County Public Service, number 4, Human Policies and Procedures Manual, Homa Bay Resource Development Policy and Internship Policy, Honorable House. It is important to underscore that in Homa Bay County Assembly standing orders, some of the policies highlighted fall within the mandates of sectoral committees. Madam Speaker, while expanding the committee's operations, the committee noted that both committees had significant challenges that have been impeding their effectiveness. Foremost among these challenges is the issue of inadequate funds allocated for committee operations, which has constrained their ability to fulfill their mandates effectively. Honorable House, the courtesy call at Bungoma County Assembly Clerk's Office, we also had a delegation paid courtesy call to the Clerk of Bungoma County Assembly, Mr. Charles Wafula, where the hosting chairperson introduced the delegates. The clerk warmly received the committee's members and briefly gave an overview of Bungoma County Assembly. He thanked the delegation for choosing for benchmark with them and encounter similar figure engagement. Another is courtesy call at Bungoma County Assembly Speaker's Office. The delegation paid courtesy call to the office of the Speaker of Bungoma County Assembly, Mr. Emmanuel Mukebi Situma. Committee members were introduced to the Speaker. He equally heartfully welcomed them. In his remarks, he briefed the committee of the achievement made so far and the Assembly's future development plans. He highlighted on the ongoing construction of the new County Assembly Chambers, County Assembly Service Board Office, and the Speaker's residence. Honorable House, in this report at the back, you are going to get the pictorials of the visits we made in the Clerk's Office and both in the Speaker's Office in the report, in this report, Honorable House. In number 4, we also guided tour within the Assembly Precinct. The committee embarked on a guided tour of the County Assembly, where they observed remarkable infrastructure, development of the current 5-story building, whose construction was started in 2016. The building has a functional lift, houses all the departmental offices within the County Assembly, including boardrooms, well-equipped committee rooms, County Assembly members' offices, and spacious offices for the staff. Honorable House, the pictorials of the county, the Bungoma County Assembly is also in the report. At the back of this report, you're going to see it there, Honorable House. The committee later observed plenary proceeding at the chamber, where they observed first-hand proceedings and dynamics of legislative debates. The delegation was recognized during the session by Honorable Speaker. It is imperative to note that the engagement with counterparts from Bungoma County Assembly proved to be a valuable opportunity for knowledge sharing, collaboration, and reflection of our respective roles and responsibility as committee entrusted for promoting the welfare and interest of members and staff within the County Assembly. Honorable House, let me take you to the chapter 3 of this report. The committee findings, Honorable House. Madam Speaker, this chapter expounds members, the Bungoma County Assembly honorable members, comprising of 45 elected members. Member Services Committee is a sectoral committee that derives its mandate from Section 5 of the County Assembly of Bungoma Standing Orders, which include the oversight, the County Assembly Service Board, the scrutinized quarterly financial statements and the annual reports, supply of budget estimates, votes to CPSB and CABs, handling matters related to trade unions. Honorable House, the committee noted technology advancement fully implemented to enhance efficiency and streamlining legislative processes. Each member's table was equipped with a delegate unit and a fixed table. This innovative approach has enabled a significant transition towards a paperless environment within the County Assembly. The adoption of digital technology reflects the Assembly commitment to embracing modern practices and harnessing technological advancement to improve legislative operations. Madam Speaker, the Bungoma County Assembly also boasts a fully functional cafeteria managed by an outsourced service provider whose operations are oversighted by the same committee, Honorable Speaker. On the same note, one of the standout features of cafeteria is its provision of complimentary breakfast. The cafeteria also offers lunch and subsidized rates of both members and staff. This initiative ensures that individuals have access to wholesome and affordable meals throughout the day, supporting their well-being and productivity. Honorable members, number 5, we also realized that within the framework of benevolence, the committee noted that the Bungoma County Assembly has developed a benevolent regulation duly adopted by the House to streamline provision of support in times of bereavement for the nuclear family members of both members of County Assembly and the staff members. Honorable House, this initiative aims to offer financial assistance and alleviate the burden placed on families during moments of loss and mourning. The initiative further reinforces a culture of comparison, solidarity, and support with Assembly fraternity. Madam Speaker, the committee observed that the Bungoma County Assembly has plans underway to establish breastfeeding parlor, crèche, and a baby changing station within its facilities. The facility serves a dual purpose to provide a comfortable and private space for lactating mothers of the County Assembly and staffs to breastfeed or express milk while at work, and to offer a safe nurturing environment for babies and young children to be cared for while their parents carry out their duties within the Assembly precinct. The breastfeeding parlor will provide a tranquil and hygiene space equipped with amenities such as comfortable seating, privacy screens, and storage facilities for breast pumps and milk storage containers. Honorable members, the committee noted the Bungoma County Assembly has so far scrutinized and passed 6 policies for the Public Service Board, including discipline manual for county public service, staff performance appraisal system, diversity policy for the county, the public service, human policies and procedures manual, human resource development policy, and internship policy. And the last one, Honorable Speaker in the House, the 2 committees confirmed experiencing significant challenges that have been impeding their effectiveness. The challenges include inadequate funds allocated for committee operations, which has constrained their ability to fulfill their mandates effectively, agenda setting for Homa Bay County Assembly Committee owing to its general mandate. Honorable House, Madam Speaker, the recommendations of this noble committee, I'm going to take the House through the recommendations. The committee, having gone through the mandates of Sectoral Committee on Labor Relations, Member Service and the Facility Committee, Bungoma County Assembly, vis-a-vis the mandates of the Social Welfare Equal Opportunity, Bungoma and Homa Bay County Assembly, recommends that the Procedure and House Rules Committee should prioritize the amendment of the Homa Bay County Assembly Standing Order to provide for a clear, specific, and implementable mandate of the Social Welfare and Equal Opportunity Committee. The mandate should give the committee authority to conduct inquiries, investigations, and review matters related to welfare and equal opportunities, as well as its roles in formulating policies, making recommendations, and monitoring the implementation of relevant initiatives and programs. Honorable House, the Homa Bay County Assembly Service Board to prioritize the development of a well-structured cafeteria within its premises. Such initiative is vital for ensuring all the seamless provision of catering services to both members of Assembly and its staff, therefore fostering a conducive and supportive working environment. Recommendation number 3, Honorable Speaker, Welfare and Equal Opportunity Committee to formulate a benevolence fund policy to provide a clear and structured framework for facilitating contributions and providing financial support to the members and staff during times of bereavement, thereby ensuring transparency, fairness, and efficiency in administration of benevolence funds. Recommendation number 4, Honorable House, the County Assembly Service Board to construct dedicated facilities within the Assembly premises to accommodate the needs of lactating mothers and staffs as well as their infants. Specifically, the proposal calls for the establishment of a breastfeeding parlor, a crèche, and a baby changing station with the aim of providing a supportive and inclusive environment that enable individuals to balance their legislative responsibilities with their caregiving duties. Recommendation number 5, Honorable Speaker, the County Assembly Service Board should improve technological infrastructure within the Assembly with a view to modernize and streamline legislative process by providing members with convenient access to digital resources such as order papers and paper to be laid, while also safeguarding the tablets from potential damage or loss during frequent movement. The liaison committee should consider allocation of sufficient funds to the Welfare and Equal Opportunity Committee to accomplish committee activities, including research and continuous capacity building for members. Honorable House, in my conclusion, Madam Speaker, efficient utilization of human labor hinges upon the diligent care of workers' welfare. This fosters a sense of motivation, encouraging individuals to wholeheartedly fulfill their duties and thereby bolster productivity within their specialized fields. Hence, it is imperative to cultivate a supportive environment for both esteemed members and dedicated staff of County Assembly, ensuring they can effectively execute their respective mandates with diligence and efficiency. Honorable House, Madam Speaker, the committee prays that this Honorable Assembly notes this report. I thank you. And my seconder is Honorable David Olo to second my motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable David.
Once again, thank you very much, Madam Speaker, for giving me this chance to second this motion or report and take note of it. Madam Speaker, I want to, from the onset, thank the chair for articulately moving and talking very well about our experience in Bungoma County Assembly. Madam Speaker, I want to say that from the onset, when we went to Bungoma and met our counterparts, we had a very interactive engagement, very informative, both general and at personal level. Madam Speaker, because of time, and I want to rush on this, if you look at the content of this report, or this document, it is true that our Committee on Welfare, if you make now a comparative analysis, we have a Committee on Welfare, which is not a sectoral committee, it is a select committee. The one for Bungoma County Assembly is sectoral. It is called, it is a welfare as well as labor relations committee. So their mandate goes beyond what we have here, and it means their scope of work is also enlarged. So it is, as the recommendations have been stated very clearly, we need to expand really the mandate of this committee. Madam Speaker, when we went there, it was welfare, welfare, welfare. And it is true, Madam Speaker, that in this assembly, today most members will attest that welfare is the most important thing that members need and staff. And they don't need it as a matter of convenience or
one would say that members are being selfish. That is quite far from the truth. The truth is members need welfare, Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker. If you look at our mandate, oversight, representation, and legislation, all these put together, Madam Speaker, they cannot be executed well when the welfare component is not properly enhanced. Last week, or last Sunday, Madam Speaker, I had been out for about 2 or 3 weeks. So when I was at home on Sunday, I can tell you, Madam Speaker, my constituents came to my home in droves. Every individual having their problem, matters that they want to be addressed, and they think it is your obligation to do it. And sometimes it is really an obligation. You might not be able to do all of them, but at the end of the day, you are forced to tackle quite a number of them. From funerals, Harambes for the funerals, children going back to school, lacking school fees, many, many others, Madam Speaker. And so the issue of welfare should be treated not just as a matter of convenience, but because the members are forced to address many, many issues that are bedeviling our constituents on day-to-day basis in whatever capacity that they can. I'm happy that this assembly is making very deliberate steps to ensure that the issue of welfare is addressed. And therefore, Madam Speaker, it is welfare, welfare, welfare. Sometimes you are forced, for instance, the elected colleagues that are here, after you've done a proper, you've dug a proper borehole, you've done a road, and courtesy, the Assembly is working very well with Her Excellency, the Governor. We have a number of projects that we can talk about today in our wards. But still, you are forced to convince them. You convince your constituents, even in a borehole that was dug with a budget that you clearly put, but still you convince them that actually you're the one who has done it. And it will still boil down to one thing: welfare. Therefore, Madam Speaker, I want to take note of this report and ask that, because this was a benchmarking like no other that I've attended in the past, that the best practices from Bungoma County Assembly should be taken into consideration. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable David. Honorable members, before proposing the question, you must agree with me that this report has been ably moved by the Honorable Yvonne Abonyo, and so more power to women. Honorable members, I therefore propose the question that this House notes the report of the Social Welfare and Equal Opportunities Committee on the benchmarking with Bungoma County Assembly's Labor Relations, Members, Services and Facilities Committee. Honorable members, the floor is open to your comments to note. Thank you. Honorable Daniel Ogada.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to make a few comments and also note the report. The welfare issue that has been ably presented by Honorable Yvonne very clearly indicates key areas that we need to work on. I'm more interested in the cafeteria, and for a simple reason that one day the spirit was willing, but the pocket was weak, and I wanted a place to take lunch. So I walked out here and went into one of the restaurants, and I met my former, in my other world, the young people I used to work with, And after the sumptuous lunch, they were commenting that this guy has come down so quickly. Because while I was in the other department, we used to take our lunch at the other hotel down there. So I came to understand the benefits of apartheid. Apartheid, after all, is not bad. It's a policy of good neighborliness. So when we have a cafeteria, it will shield us from certain embarrassments that you might come around. You might end up going there for lunch and you buy lunch for 20 people. I don't know whether it has happened to you. So when we have our own cafeteria, it will improve our services. We can even have a book where we write certain things. I will not mention which one. Now, secondly, there is the issue of offices. We are struggling, like in the department that we represent, people with disabilities, they want to access us while we are in this assembly. We don't have the offices. And so in the improvements that are being done, me and Dr. Lillian, we need offices downstairs which is accessible to them when they want to reach us when we are in the assembly. And lastly, the issue that touched the Committee of Procedure and Rules. Indeed, we went and made some kind of some kind of changes, and once the new document is published, we can relook at it and probably look at the fact that the Bungoma people have it as a sectoral and we have it as a select. That will cure a few issues. Otherwise, I note the report.
Thank you, Honorable Daniel Ogada. Honorable Paulina Mogi.
Asante sana, mstahiki Spika. Kwanza kabisa, natoa shukrani zangu kwa mwakilishi wadi mteule Mheshimiwa Ivona Bonyo kwa kusoma ripoti nzuri sana leo hii. Tena kabisa nitawashukuru sana wanakamati wa ustawi wa jamii, mwenyekiti na wanakamati wote kwa kuwa waliweza kujitolea mhanga ili wafike katika jimbo la ugatuzi la Kakamega ili waweze kufanya kigezo ya muhimu sana. Na kile ambacho nimeweza kusikia katika hilo ripoti, kuna mambo mawili hapo ambalo limeniguza sana. Mimi kama mheshimiwa mwanamke, kuna jambo ambalo limesomwa hapo kuhusu mahala pa kunyonyesha watoto na mahala pa kuhifadhi maziwa ya watoto wachanga. Ni kitu cha muhimu sana katika hili bunge la Homa Bay. Tunao wafanyikazi wachanga sana ambao waliweza kupata jiko hivi karibuni. Na tunapata ya kwamba wengi wao ama baadhi yao wameweza kuzaa ama kupata watoto wachanga. Na utapata ya kuwa wanaacha watoto wachanga nyumbani ili wakuje mahala pao pa kufanya kazi. Na niko na hakika ya kuwa wanaumwa sana na matiti, kwa kuwa unajua maziwa ikikaa sana katika matiti ya mwanamke masaa 24, kufika nyumbani utakuwa unasikia uchungu sana. Sasa ningeomba ya kuwa mahala pa kunyonyesha watoto na mahala pa kuhifadhi maziwa ni kitu nzuri sana. Sisi kama waheshimiwa wakina mama ni lazima tujitokeze kwa njia ya nzuri, ili kwa njia ya ukamilifu, ili tuweze kupigania kabisa wafanyikazi wetu wa kike. Jambo lingine ambalo limenifurahisha sana ni mambo ya mkahawa. Sisi kama waheshimiwa, mambo ya ustawi wa jamii ni kitu muhimu sana. Sisi kama waheshimiwa, mkahawa ni kitu nzuri sana. Ikiwa unaweza toka katika bunge, uteremke chini, upate mkahawa kiko karibu na wewe, upate kiamsha kinywa ama chakula cha mchana, utakuwa unasikia nzuri kama mwanadamu ama kama mheshimiwa. Sio jambo mzuri sana sisi kama waheshimiwa tunatoka hapa nje, unatembea, unakutana na wapigaji kura ama wananchi kule nje, na saa zingine uko na fedha ya kutosha ya kununua chakula chako. Itabidi wewe pia uende hatua mbali sana uweze kuwanunulia hata chakula. Na tukiwa na mkahawa hapa ndani, niko na hakika maisha yetu yatakuwa nzuri sana. Kwa hivyo naliunga mkono ili ripoti nzuri sana. Na tena kigezo ambalo liliwapeleka kule jimbo la ugatuzi la Kakamega hawakuenda kucheza. Kwa kweli wamefanya kazi. Naliunga mkono. Nikimalizia, nataka niseme ya kuwa katika taasisi hapa nchini Kenya ni lazima tuwe na mahala kama hizo. Tena nikimalizia, wacha niseme ya kuwa kuna mkurupuko wa ugonjwa usiojulikana katika nchini Kenya, na katika mji wa Nyabigege, eneo bunge la jimbo la ugatuzi la Kisii, tunaona ya kuwa kuna wengi ambao wameambukizwa na ugonjwa ambao usiojulikana sana, na ningependa niseme ya kuwa tukijiadhari sana, kwa kuwa hiyo ugonjwa halijulikani ni gani. Ikiwa umesikia mwili unauma, kichwa inauma, tafadhali kimbilia hospitali ili uweze kutibiwa. Mheshimiwa Victor, nakupa pole ya kipekee sana, tena na kuombea uponyaji wa haraka sana. Asante sana.
Well put. Thank you, Honorable Pauline. Honorable Ruben Molo. Please request.
Asante sana Bi Speaker kwa kunipa fursa hii. Nataka kumvulia kofia dada yangu Yvonne kwa kuelekeza ripoti kwa njia iliyofaa. Yvonne Beki, hongera. Sina sifa njema sana, lakini nitajitahidi niongee ili wazo langu pia liwekwe katika ripoti hii, maana mimi ni mwanakamati wa kamati hili, kwa hivyo lazima tuishughulikie. Bi Speaker, tulipoenda kwa mambo ya riadha na kandanda kule Bungoma, tulizuru bunge lao, na mambo yale tuliyaona yalituvutia sana, na tukaamua kwamba kama sisi ambao tunaangalia masilahi ya watu wa kaunti hii, Bi Speaker, tuliamua turudi kule tuone wanavyoendesha kazi zao. Mambo yale tuliyoyaona yalifurahisha, na umeusikia wewe mwenyewe yakitoka katika ripoti hii. Kamati hili kazi yake kubwa ni kuboresha maisha ya wafanyikazi, kuboresha maisha ya wanabunge, na kuboresha pia maisha ya wale ambao wako katika kaunti hii. Bi Speaker, nataka kueleza kuanzia hapa bungeni, ili wanabunge waweze kufanya kazi vilivyo, lazima hali yao yaboreshwe. Kwa njia gani? Tayari eneo ya cafeteria ama hoteli imegusiwa. Mara nyingi tukienda kule nje kwa mikahawa iliyo karibu nasi, tunapata shida kubwa. Kwa nini? Pengine huna hela za kutosha, na unapata rafiki zako ambao wanakutarajia kwamba wewe una hela ambazo zinaweza kuwafadhili wakati huo, na unapata ya kwamba wakati huo huna chochote. Kwa hivyo tunaaidika sana tukipata sera nzuri na tuwe na mkahawa humu vile mabunge mengine huwa nayo. Bi Speaker, tutafurahi. Pili, Bi Speaker, masilahi ya wafanyikazi katika kaunti hii. Bi Speaker, ikiwa wameajiriwa katika kiwango ama daraja fulani, inafaa ichunguzwe mwenendo wake.
Sorry about that. Honorable members, I'm informed we still have an issue that will be sorted. So for today, you'll have to excuse it.
Bwana Spika, kila mtu ana matarajio yake. Ikiwa mtu ameajiriwa katika daraja fulani,
anatumai akimaliza kazi yake wakati anaenda kustaafu, lazima iwe amepanda na akafika daraja ya juu ili aweze kupata mapato mazuri baada ya kustaafu. Na Speaker, sera hii kama hatuna hapa, hatuwezi jua ni wangapi ambao wana shida ya kutopandishwa vyeo. Kwa hivyo tukiwa na sera hapa ambayo inatuwezesha kuangalia mambo kama haya, wafanyikazi wetu hawatafanya kazi vizuri, maana watakuwa wanaona kama ni wale ambao waliohudumishwa, na wapate ya kwamba kutenda kazi kwa mioyo mzuri inakuwa shida. Tatu, Speaker, tunapata shida mbalimbali ya maafa, magonjwa na kadhalika. Speaker, tulivyoona kwa wengine kule, mtu akipatikana na mambo kama matanga, kuna njia maalum ambazo anahudumiwa na bunge. Speaker, tungepata sheria kama hiyo hapa, wenzetu wengine pia wangepata nafuu. Mfano ni kwa bwana mwenzetu Mheshimiwa Vikins Bondo, wakati huu amefiwa na jamii zake watu 3, na kama kungekuwa na sera nzuri, Assembly ingefanya jambo bora na akapata nafuu kwa matumizi yake ya katika shida hizi. Speaker, naunga mkono kuangazwa kwa ripoti hii ili iweze kupita. Asante sana.
Thank you so much, Honorable Ruben Molo. Well put. Honorable Florence Ouma.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Allow me by starting on a note, on a congratulatory note, Honorable Speaker. I want to congratulate my young sister, Honorable Yvonne, for the powerful presentation. That is power and energy of the youth that was exhibited there. Sorry for that, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this is a good report and I take note of it. What has fascinated me most is what they saw in Bungoma about provision of lactating area. Honorable Speaker, just as said by my very good friend, Honorable Pauline, that there are staff that have had very young babies in the recent past. I want to join in saying that it's not just for the staffs only. I'm looking forward to seeing Honorable Yvonne bringing for us a baby here, so that when there will be area for lactating, Honorable Speaker, we can go and even change pampers if she's doing something else. Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, on the formulation, on what they noted on the formulation of the funds, I know as an assembly we have something existing amongst us where there is that deduction that is there, but just as they had said, it is really important that it is improved. However, Honorable Speaker, there is something that I noted on a requisition for amendment of standing orders. I would request from my own perspective that the committee went and found something good in Bungoma. Maybe they could go to 2 or 3 other places and find something more to add flesh on it, so that by the time we are amending it, Honorable Speaker, it will be more fleshy and just as the way we have been leading in everything.
Honorable Florence, I'm sorry, I'll interrupt. I have been informed that Honorable Victor Obuya is on phone and he has been asked severally not to take his calls on the floor. Honorable Victor, I would kindly ask that you excuse yourself for the rest of the session. Thank you. Honorable Florence Ouma.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Yes, as I was saying that on the amendment of standing orders, that is something that I agree on so much, Honorable Speaker. However, thank you. I would, however, suggest that we have more fact findings from other county assemblies, so that when amendment is done, it's not only done in reference to Bungoma, it's done in reference to other areas, so that just as the way we have been leading in several others, then we shall be leading in this, so that any other assembly that wants to fact find, they will say the one-stop shop should be Homa Bay County. Honorable Speaker, on the issue of cafeteria, I really second that, and I help note it is very important, so that whenever we are out of session, Honorable Speaker, we can go there. And not only us, we could even be having our guests who have come to see us. We could easily walk them to the cafeteria, so that they have something, even if it's the payment arrangement is done later. Finally, Honorable Speaker, as I was listening to Honorable Pauline speaking in Swahili, there is a Swahili term when it comes to food that I really love, and she didn't mention it. I would just add that anytime we are talking of food, maybe, and I quote, chajio, meaning chajioni, in quotes, Honorable Speaker. That is a term that should not be left anytime we are talking about food, so that when we go out there and get into the meetings, we shall have left the assembly full. Otherwise, thank you so much, and I note.
Well put. Thank you, Honorable Florence Ouma. I am not seeing any more requests. Therefore, I would want to invite Honorable Yvonne to reply, taking into consideration the issues raised by the members.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker, for another opportunity. I want to hail and thank the members who have contributed to this motion and taking note on the motion, Honorable Speaker. And again, Honorable Speaker, you realize that since this third assembly started, it is only men who are going for paternity leave, Honorable Speaker. And maybe it's because someone like me has really would sat down and did my mathematics, because I want to have a baby by next year, February, Honorable Speaker. And how I pray that we can have places like lactating, places we can press our milk, you know, Honorable Speaker. I'm bragging because I have big breasts, which I can get good milk for my child, Honorable Speaker. So I'm very grateful on the note my fellow members have taken on to, and I also especially want to thank my fellow honorable members, the ladies who have acknowledged the importance that the staff ladies are going to have when they get their babies, even as honorable members like me, Honorable Speaker. Oh, thank you so much, honorable members, for putting your inputs into this, and I still pray. I still request that you take note to this report. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Yvonne, and we wish you safe delivery in February. Honorable members, I therefore put the question that this House notes the report of the Social Welfare and Equal Opportunities Committee on the benchmarking with Bungoma County Assembly's Labor Relations, Member Services and Facilities Committee. Will as many as of the same opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 10, adjournment.
Honorable members, this House stands adjourned to next week, Tuesday, the 11th March at 9:30 a.m. Thank you. Sorry, honorable members, I take that back. This House, and I instruct that be expunged from Hansard. Honorable members, this House stands adjourned to today at 2:30 p.m. Thank you.